Modding Skyrim with Vortex, Part 18, Skyland All-in-One, and Bits and Bobs.
Hello, it's Cupshotten, back again with another video on how to modify Skyrim. In our last video, we set up Skyland all-in-one and looked at some of the features. Today, we are going to learn how to set up two profiles with two different variations of Skyland. And then, we're going to set up Bits and Bobs, which is a mod that changes the smaller things in the landscape, like barrels and vases and things like that. So let's get right to it. In this video, we are going to set up two variations of Skyland all-in-one so that we can have two different profiles, each with their own version of Skyland. In order to do that clearly, I have removed Skyland completely from Vortex and will reinstall it and begin anew. We start by cloning the Vedagal trees and grass profile. I will give it a name, For Skyland, and make it have its own saved games and settings. I will give it a description, all-in-one and bits and bobs. I will save it and enable it. I can see here that the mods are all enabled. Now I will go to Nexus, log in, and select Skyrim as my game. I will search for Skyland All-in-One, and here it is, by Sky King 2020. I click on it and go to its download page. It says that it's an all-in-one collection of Skyland mods. We can see that Skyland has no requirements. You can see here that the creator recommends using the Bits and Bobs mod, which we will also download. Also recommended are the Skyland LODs, which we will not do. Skyland LODs are only for Skyland mods and will not work with other mods and will conflict with other LODs. Parallaxes require several additional mods and are a bit complicated to set up. LODs and parallaxes are not for beginner mod collections. Scrolling further down, there is a list of all the items that Skyland modifies. And finally, there is a recommended load order. Remember, the order in which you download and install mods is not the same as the deploy order of Vortex. Well, we have done these already. We have downloaded and installed the mesh, trees, grass, and water mods. So we are ready for Skyland. I'll go back to the top and click on Files. There are two versions, and I will get the 2K version. When it is finished downloading, we are given a number of options to choose from. Of course, we choose the landscapes. And then I select the blended roads and the static mesh patch for them. Also, the snowy roads. But not the dirt roads. I don't care for them. I select the tan mountains, What they mean by mountains here is the color of the boulders. It also adds some extra detail. The majestic mountains are not for us, as they have LODs and require Dynalod for use. Next, I will select all of the architecture. And then the new road signs, but I will leave the lamps off as I will be installing Lanterns of Skyland. We have realistic water too, so we have to choose that. The Skyland sky is fine, and I select the Dawn Guard redo and also the Dragonborn. I finish the setup and we can see it deploying. And here it is, at the bottom of the load order after the static mesh, trees, grass, and water mods. Now that Skyland is installed, I can make a second copy of it with different options. Click here on the arrow and select Reinstall. Select Install as variant of the existing mod. I am going to name this variant No Cities. Vortex will start reinstalling Skyland. This time, I am not installing the Skyland cities and other locations. I'm just keeping the roads. When it is done installing, I can see that here I am able to choose which variant I want to use. I could create a new profile for Skyland. One could be set for default for Skyland cities, and one could be set for no cities. Right now, I can switch between them both in one profile. I've restarted Skyrim with the No Cities variant. I come out into Whiterun, and you can see that it is the standard build. The road, wall, and houses are all what we are used to seeing. I'll go back into the Breeze Home and quit the game. Back in Vortex, I go here and select Default. We can see the game reinstall. I will click Deploy out of habit just to be sure. Then I restart Skyrim and just continue where I left off. When I leave the Breeze Home, you can see that Whiterun now has the Skyland version of the road, walls, and houses. Once again, I will return to the Breeze Home and quit the game. Back in Vortex, I can look in mods and see that my current variation of Skyland is default. I will go into Profiles and make a clone of the Skyland Cities profile, and I will name it No Cities. I'll save it and enable it. I'll go into mods and change the Skyland variation from default to No Cities. Vortex will deploy Skyland. I'll return to Profiles and switch back to the Cities profile. Now I see what appears to be a glitch. The Skyland All-in-One mod no longer has a load order number. But if you look in Manage Rules, you can see that nothing has changed. Your load order is fine. If I close Vortex and turn it back on, everything returns to normal. I think that this is just a display glitch. At any rate, we have two profiles of Skyland All-in-One. Games can be started with Skyland All-in-One cities or the standard vanilla cities. I don't need this second Skyland profile, so I will remove it. Notice the warning about losing saved games should you remove a profile. Now let's go back to Nexus and get the Skyland Bits and Bob mod. Search for it, and here it is. It has no requirements, not even the main Skyland All-in-One. If you scroll down, you can see a list of all the items that Bits and Bobs improves the appearance of. The installation recommends putting this mod before other clutter mods. We don't have any other clutter mods, although there are a lot of them out there. If you get one, just make sure to load it after the Bits and Bobs. There is a warning regarding the lighting mod load order. We will be getting lighting mods soon. I expect that I will load the lighting mods before Bits and Bobs. Go into the files. There are 4 of them. We don't want the performance version. I will want the Embers XD patch, as I will be adding Embers in my next video. We will download the main Bits and Bobs. When it is done, we have to sort out the conflicts. That's pretty simple. Just put Bits and Bobs after everything. And you can see it down here at the bottom of the load order. Let's start Skyrim and take a very brief look to make sure everything is working. We've run out of time. I will make a comparison walkthrough later. Here we are again in the Breeze home. Right away, as we step out of the bedroom, we can see that the vases on the table are much improved, as is the wood cutting station. And the barrels. Well, that was Skyland for you. Hopefully we learned a little bit about profiles and multi-versions of a mod. In my next video, I hope to finish up doing the landscapes by adding a handful of smaller mods. After that, I hope to get on to things like the weather and lighting and sound. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm tired of landscapes.